Livewire _ service _ selector. And this demo is on there. It's actually embedded in the page. I converted it so it could be available on there, but you can also download it by clicking on the link that's available on that page to actually download that for yourself. So here it is. This is the download one because it's a little bit bigger, and it'll probably show up better on here. Hope I'm not getting too much reflectivity here, but I'm going to get a black background. You're going to get that. Has an OK button for you to click, and then it does a simulated login, which you can change from admin to user login on this demo, and the login's already set up for you, so just click login and it will take you right in. And then we get an OK to confirm or whatever. Okay, so there we are. So you can see what the control panel would look like on a computer desktop. Very similar to that right there. And you see that you have multiple internet connections, as well as some capabilities of, for example, disable crew, email server only if you had an email server on board, owner on board, which is going to give only certain persons access, probably the owner and the captain or something like that. Guest access only if you wanted to knock everybody else off except for the charter guests you had on board. And access level 1. These are all configurable. It can be done when it's set up either by myself or we can teach you how to do it. This demo also shows a vessel network, which actually is going to show you what happens when you bring the thing up. So, for example, I'll click on Fleet Broadband. That's the new satellite service from Inmarsat. Sold by KVH and Sailor and others. Basically, KVH makes like the hardware and sells airtime and does a pretty good job of it. So if you click on Fleet Broadband, that would bring that connection up to everybody who was allowed, which looks like by default everyone is allowed. And the little vessel network diagram flow thingy actually shows you what connection is up. I don't think that's actually in the software, but it is in this demo, but we'll have to verify that. But you can see that by bringing on Fleet Broadband, we allowed, through the access controller, FB10, we allowed owner's PC, guest PC, as well as it looks like pretty much the rest of the onboard network, wireless laptop, crew quarters. These may be plug-in connections with fixed PCs, and an email server, let's say you had one. So there you have it. Nice thing about this again is that it's going to run one single DHCP server, make your onboard network homogeneous, so that everything stays copacetic. The computers don't get confused, printers don't get lost in the flurry of changes when you flip connections. So you can change or you can disable. I guess we can click disable, and it's going to tell us current state disconnecting, and then you're disconnected. And the example vessel network over there is going to show everything red, everybody's down. If we had CTEL 4006, now we could have other things like MTN, make some nice VSAT systems. You could have MTN on here. I've actually seen an MTN VSAT on the previous model, the Livewire service selector, as well as we had Wi-Fi and cellular internet possibilities, and I think they also had Fleet Broadband on that boat, all going through the access controller type of system. CTEL 4006 could be one of the other ones, like I said. And there you go, that one's up. While I have that one up, I just want to show you some of the possibilities of restricting access. I don't know how clear that's coming in. It's hard to get a good picture of something with the lighting and the cameras and whatever, but let's say we well, that's disabled crew. Let's say we go with this owner on board thing and we click on restrict access. Let's see what happens. Now only the owner's PC is on. We didn't have a captain in that one. We could put that in. That could be a possibility to give it to owner and captain, say on the wheelhouse. Like a lot of boats do, they lock it down to one PC for, say, the chief's stew to use, get work done. First mate, maybe captain, and let the owner on as well. Let's see what else we got. Guest access only. There you have it. We give it to just the guest, and that's pretty sweet. We've got an enable all, which would no doubt put everybody back on, where everyone could access. Let's say we pulled in the dock and we weren't going to use satellite, and we wanted to either got some paid Wi-Fi that's relatively cheap or free, provided by a lot of marinas. We can click on Wi-Fi. Now, I know from experience when you click on these things, it may not be quite as simple as this is showing, because you're going to have a Wi-Fi router system plugged into this one, so it's like cascaded routers. It may not go quite on as easy as that, but basically that puts the Wi-Fi router live, and from there someone in charge, say first mate, engineer, or captain, could go to a web page that manages that external Wi-Fi bridge, Wi-Fi sharing system, whatever, what have you, and go log on to the local Wi-Fi system in the marina, or on anchor, or whatever would be the case. And they have some other examples, and they have restricted, because I've got them in red on here, certain things, and you would have to have higher access than we've apparently logged on with this demo. They do handle Iridium satellite, Fleet 77 mobile packet data service, MPDS, and Fleet 77 ISDN, also known as high-speed data, HSD. Those are like $30 a megabyte, and somewhere around $3 a minute. They're quite expensive to leave going, even though they say the MPDS can be always on. If something were to download Windows updates or whatever, you can get quite expensive. GSM, I would probably have had that one of the black ones that you could get to, but that depends on who you've logged on to this interface as. But we also do Ericsson routers, Ericsson W35 being the current one. Very good for at least in the States, where you can get flat $60 a month type of thing, and have 5 gigabytes a month on AT&T anyway to get your internet for the whole boat. Gets a little tricky in traveling outside of the U.S. with GSM, but it can be done. The units we use are international. They're quad band, so you can take a SIM from anywhere, but we looked and we can't find anybody that's going to give you temporary SIMs, that kind of thing, like you can do with voice outside of the U.S. So you pretty much would be getting a plan if you're going to be somewhere for a long time with one of the countries you were going to visit. You can also get some like $100 a month, $200 a month add-on international roaming internet with AT&T, which will let you have a lot of countries included in that. Without, you got to be careful not to run up a $1,000, $1,500 bill, etc. on GSM. But here you go, Livewire access controller, all in one to manage all of your connections and bring them onto the onboard network with control of access. Has some firewalling in it that we can configure for you, or teach you how to do that. So there you have it. Thanks for watching.